Let me ask you something. What would you do if everyone around you thought you were strange? What would you do if you were bullied, beaten, and told that you would never become anything special? Would you give up? Would you try to fit in? Or would you continue believing in a future that nobody else could see? Because that's exactly what happened to Elon Musk. Today, the world knows him as one of the richest and most influential people alive. The man behind Tesla, the man behind SpaceX, the man who wants to take humanity to Mars. But before the billions, before the rockets, before the fame, there was a lonely boy. A boy who spent more time reading books than talking to people. A boy who was bullied so badly that one day he ended up in the hospital. A boy who believed that his life had a greater purpose even when nobody else did. Imagine being 10 years old and feeling like you don't belong anywhere. Imagine walking through school every day knowing that someone might hurt you. Imagine looking up at the stars every night and believing that one day, somehow, you would change the world. That boy was Elon Musk. He was born on June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, South Africa. His childhood was not what most people imagine. There were no luxury cars, no private jets, no billion-dollar companies. Instead, there was loneliness, fear, and an obsession that would eventually change human history. As a child, Elon loved books. Not just ordinary books. He read everything: science fiction, philosophy, engineering, history. Sometimes he would read for 10 hours a day. While other children played outside, Elon was building entire worlds inside his imagination. And perhaps that's why other children didn't understand him. They thought he was strange, different, weak. But sometimes the people who change the world are the ones who never fit into it in the first place. And Elon Musk was about to discover that the hardest battles of his life had only just begun.
Imagine being a teenager and feeling like you don't belong anywhere. At school, you're bullied. At home, you feel misunderstood. And every night you escape into books because they are the only place where your imagination feels safe. That was Elon Musk's reality. While other teenagers dreamed about sports, popularity, or parties, Elon was thinking about something completely different: the future of humanity. He spent countless hours reading science fiction novels. He became obsessed with one question: how can humanity become more advanced? How can we create a better future? But there was a problem. Dreaming about the future doesn't protect you from the pain of the present. The bullying continued, and one day things became much worse. According to Elon, he was attacked so severely by a group of boys that he ended up in the hospital. Imagine that moment, lying in a hospital bed, in pain, alone, feeling like the world doesn't understand you. What would you do? Would you give up on your dreams? Would you become angry? Would you stop believing in yourself? Many people would. But Elon Musk wasn't like most people, because even during his darkest moments, he continued to believe something extraordinary. He believed that his purpose was bigger than his suffering, and sometimes that's the only thing that keeps people moving forward. As Elon grew older, another realization began to take shape. He wanted to leave South Africa. He wanted to go somewhere where opportunities were greater, somewhere he could build the future he imagined. At the age of 17, Elon made one of the most important decisions of his life. He left South Africa. He moved to Canada. Imagine leaving everything behind, your home, your friends, your family, your country, and traveling to a completely different place with nothing but hope and ambition. That decision changed everything. But the journey was far from easy. When Elon first arrived in Canada, life was difficult. There was no luxury, no comfort, no guarantee of success. He worked hard jobs. He stayed with relatives. He struggled financially. But every challenge only strengthened his determination, because Elon Musk had already learned one of the most important lessons in life. Success doesn't come to people who avoid hardship. Success comes to people who survive it. Eventually, Elon enrolled at Queen's University in Canada. For the first time, he began moving closer to the future he had imagined for so many years. But even then, he wasn't satisfied. He wanted more. He wanted to be where innovation happened. He wanted to be where the future was being created. And so, he transferred to the University of Pennsylvania in the United States. There, he studied physics and economics. Think about that combination for a moment. Physics, the science of understanding the universe. Economics, the science of understanding human behavior and money. Even then, Elon wasn't preparing for one career. He was preparing to change entire industries. But there was one problem. He had no money, no powerful connections, no famous last name, only a dream that most people thought was impossible. And then something happened that would change not only Elon's life, but the entire world. The internet revolution had begun, and Elon Musk was about to risk everything. To be continued.
Imagine being 24 years old. You have no money, no powerful connections, no famous family, no guarantee that you will succeed. But you have something else, an idea, a belief, a vision that nobody else can see. That was Elon Musk in 1995. The internet was beginning to change the world. Most people didn't understand it. Many believed it was just another temporary technology trend. But Elon saw something different. He saw the future, and he was willing to risk everything for it. After graduating from the University of Pennsylvania, Elon had an opportunity that many people would have considered a dream. He was accepted into a prestigious graduate program at Stanford University. Think about that for a moment. One of the world's best universities, a secure future, a respected career path. For most people, this would have been the beginning of success. But Elon Musk had never wanted a safe life. He wanted to change the world. And just 2 days after arriving at Stanford, he made a decision that shocked almost everyone around him. He quit. 2 days. That's all it took. Imagine explaining that decision to your family. Imagine telling people that you just walked away from one of the best universities in the world. Would they think you were brave, or would they think you were crazy? For Elon, the answer didn't matter, because he believed that the internet would transform humanity, and he wanted to be part of that transformation. Together with his brother Kimball Musk, Elon started his first company. It was called Zip2, but calling it a company might be giving it too much credit. At the beginning, it was barely surviving. They rented a small office. They had very little money. Sometimes they couldn't even afford an apartment. So Elon slept in the office. He showered at public facilities. He worked during the day. He programmed through the night. And then he repeated the same routine again and again and again. Let me ask you something. Could you live like that? Could you sleep on an office floor while everyone around you believed you were failing? Could you continue when success seemed impossible? Because that's exactly what Elon Musk did. There were moments when everything seemed hopeless. Investors rejected them, customers ignored them, money disappeared faster than they could earn it. And yet, Elon refused to stop. Why? Because he had learned something important long before he became rich. The people who change the world are usually the people who refuse to quit when everyone else does. Slowly, things began to change. Zip2 started gaining customers. Newspapers became interested. Investors began paying attention. For the first time in his life, Elon Musk could see that his dream might actually become reality. Then something unbelievable happened. In 1999, Compaq acquired Zip2 for approximately $307 million. Elon Musk was only 27 years old, and suddenly, the young man who had once slept on the floor of his office became a millionaire. Imagine that moment. After years of rejection, years of uncertainty, years of sacrifice, you finally succeed. Most people would have stopped there. Most people would have bought a mansion. Most people would have retired. But Elon Musk wasn't interested in comfort. He wasn't interested in luxury. He wasn't interested in becoming rich. He was interested in changing the future. And so, instead of protecting his money, he did something that terrified everyone around him. He risked almost all of it again. Because Elon Musk believed that his greatest journey had not yet begun. And what happened next would make him one of the most controversial, admired, and influential people in modern history. To be continued.
Imagine becoming a millionaire before the age of 30. Most people would celebrate. Most people would slow down. Most people would finally feel safe. But Elon Musk wasn't looking for safety. He was looking for purpose. After selling Zip2, Elon received millions of dollars. For the first time in his life, he had enough money to live comfortably forever. But comfort had never been his goal. He believed that money was not the destination. Money was simply fuel for bigger dreams. And Elon Musk's dreams were enormous. In 1999, he founded a new company called X.com. At the time, the internet was changing everything. Elon believed that one day people would manage all of their money online. Today, that sounds obvious, but back then, many people thought it was a terrible idea. Why would anyone trust their money to the internet? Why would anyone replace traditional banks? Most people saw risk. Elon saw the future. He invested millions of dollars from his own pocket. He worked obsessively, day and night, week after week. He pushed himself harder than ever before. And slowly, his vision began to work. X.com grew rapidly. Eventually, it merged with another company. That company would later become known by a name recognized around the world: PayPal. For Elon, this should have been the beginning of an easy life. But once again, things became complicated. Disagreements, arguments, conflicts about leadership.
And then something that happened that would have destroyed most people's confidence. Elon Musk was removed as CEO. Imagine building a company with your own money, sacrificing your time, risking everything, and then being told that you are no longer the person in charge. How would you feel? Would you become bitter? Would you walk away? Would you give up? Many people would. But Elon Musk had spent his entire life dealing with rejection. Another setback wasn't enough to stop him. Instead, he stayed invested. He continued believing in the company's future. And that decision would eventually change his life forever. In 2002, PayPal was acquired by eBay. The sale was worth $1.5 billion. Elon Musk received approximately $180 million. At 31 years old, he had achieved what most people spend their entire lives trying to achieve. He was rich, very rich. He could have retired. He could have traveled the world. He could have purchased anything he wanted. But let me ask you something. What if money was never your real goal? What if your dream was much bigger? Because while the world celebrated Elon's wealth, Elon was thinking about something completely different. Space, electric cars, the future of humanity. Most people thought he was crazy. Space exploration, private rockets, electric cars. In the early 2000s, these ideas sounded impossible. Experts laughed. Investors refused to support him. Friends warned him. But Elon Musk had learned a lesson long ago. The people who change history are usually the people who are willing to look foolish first. And so, Elon made the most dangerous decision of his life. He invested almost everything he had earned, not into one company, but into multiple impossible dreams. He founded SpaceX, he invested heavily in Tesla, and he risked nearly all of his fortune. What happened next would test him more than anything he had ever experienced. To be continued.
Imagine spending almost your entire fortune on dreams that everyone else believes are impossible. Imagine risking everything you've worked for, not once, but over and over again. That was Elon Musk's reality. By 2006, Elon had invested most of his money into SpaceX and Tesla. He believed that the future of transportation had to be electric. The problem was, almost nobody agreed with him. Investors were skeptical. Experts laughed. The media called him unrealistic. Some called him crazy. And then things got worse, much worse. SpaceX launched its first rocket. Elon watched as years of hard work rose into the sky. For a brief moment, everything seemed perfect. Then disaster struck. The rocket failed. It exploded. Years of effort, millions of dollars, gone. Imagine standing there, watching your dream disappear in a cloud of smoke. What would you do? Would you quit? Would you tell yourself that everyone else was right? Most people would. But Elon Musk wasn't finished. He tried again. Another launch, another opportunity, another chance to prove everyone wrong. And then it happened again. Failure, another explosion, another disaster. The headlines were brutal. Experts criticized him. People laughed. Some investors completely lost faith. But Elon still refused to stop. Because he had learned long ago, failure is only final when you decide to quit. Then came the third launch. This had to work. It had to, because there wasn't much money left. SpaceX launched again, and once again, failure. 3 launches, 3 disasters. Imagine carrying that weight. Imagine knowing that your dream, your company, and your reputation were all collapsing in front of the world. But while SpaceX was struggling, another nightmare was unfolding. Tesla was also in trouble. The company was losing money. Production problems were everywhere. Investors were panicking. The global financial crisis was beginning. The economy itself was falling apart, and Elon Musk was trapped in the middle of all of it. For the first time in years, he faced a terrifying possibility. He might lose everything, not just one company, everything. His money, his reputation, his dreams, his future. Let me ask you something. If you knew you had one final chance left, would you risk everything again? Because that's exactly what Elon Musk did. He gathered the little money he had remaining. He split it between Tesla and SpaceX. Friends told him not to do it. Experts called it irrational. Some believed he had completely lost his mind. But Elon had already made his decision. He wasn't fighting for money anymore. He was fighting for his vision. And sometimes the people who change the world are the people who refuse to abandon their vision even when the entire world tells them to. In 2008, Elon Musk faced the most important moment of his life. SpaceX prepared for one final launch. If this rocket failed, everything was over. No more money, no more chances, no more dreams. The countdown began, and in those final moments, Elon Musk knew something that very few people ever experience. This wasn't just a launch. This was the moment that would decide his entire future. And what happened next changed history forever. December 2008. Everything came down to this. Years of sacrifice. Years of failure. Years of being called crazy. All of it depended on one final launch. Imagine standing there, knowing that if this rocket fails, your company dies, your dream dies, and perhaps the future you believed in dies with it. That was Elon Musk's reality. SpaceX had already failed 3 times, 3 rockets, 3 disasters. There was almost no money left. Investors had lost confidence. The media was waiting for another failure. Many people believed this was the end. But Elon Musk had spent his entire life hearing people tell him that something was impossible, and he had never listened. The countdown continued. 10, 9, 8, 7, millions of dollars, years of sacrifice, everything on the line. Then the rocket launched. It climbed higher and higher and higher. For a moment, nobody spoke. Nobody moved. Everyone was waiting for another explosion, waiting for another disaster. But this time, something unbelievable happened. The rocket didn't fail. It kept flying and flying and flying. For the first time in history, a privately funded liquid-fueled rocket successfully reached orbit. SpaceX had done it. Elon Musk had done it. Imagine that moment. After years of failure, after years of rejection, after almost losing everything, success. Real success. But the story doesn't end there.
because only a few weeks later, something even more incredible happened. NASA awarded SpaceX a contract worth approximately $1.6 billion. In one moment, everything changed. SpaceX was saved, the dream was alive, and Elon Musk had proven something extraordinary. Sometimes the difference between failure and success is simply refusing to quit one more time. But while SpaceX was finally surviving, Tesla was still fighting for its life. The company was losing money, production problems continued, critics predicted bankruptcy. Newspapers published headlines asking whether Tesla would survive. Again, Elon faced a decision: walk away or fight. He chose to fight. Because Elon Musk didn't believe he was building a car company. He believed he was changing the future of transportation. And slowly, something began to happen. People began to pay attention. Customers became believers. Investors returned. Tesla survived. Then Tesla grew. And then Tesla exploded. The company that experts laughed at became one of the most valuable companies in the world. The electric cars that people once called impossible became the future of the automotive industry. And the man everyone called crazy, he became one of the richest and most influential people in human history. But let me ask you something. Was Elon Musk successful because he was smarter than everyone else? Or was he successful because he refused to quit when everyone else would have? Because that's the lesson hidden inside his story. Success is not about avoiding failure. Success is about surviving failure, again and again and again, until the world finally sees what you believed all along. Today, millions of people know Elon Musk as a billionaire, an entrepreneur, a visionary, a legend. But perhaps the most important thing to remember is this: before the rockets, before Tesla, before the billions, there was simply a young boy who believed that the future could be better. And despite rejection, despite fear, despite failure, he never stopped believing. Maybe the world doesn't believe in your dream yet. Maybe you failed more times than you can count. Maybe people are laughing at your vision right now. But remember this: every billionaire, every company, every empire, every legend started from zero. And perhaps so will you.